Hey everybody, Lee here with the poll list for both April 15th and 22nd, presented by Longbox Radio. Only 4 books, so you wouldn't really tell I've missed 2 weeks of poll lists based on that. We have 3 from DC and then 1 from Marvel. So we have the next 2 issues of Convergence. In Convergence issue 2, okay, I got some problems. So we have Thomas Wayne, the Flashpoint Batman. I really like Flashpoint Batman. I thought it was great. It's not really cut and dry if this is for sure that Batman. It could be, with unlimited amounts of Earths. It could be any number of Thomas Batmans that probably do exist. But there's a moment in this where they're on a different Earth, let's say, and Telos, of course, is trying to tell him, hey, you got to fight, for your life against these other represent your city, etc., whatever is going on in Convergence. So he goes to a local Gotham to find out if he can find some. Okay, this is dumb. Okay, so he goes to Gotham. They're in like this desert fighting Telos and like all these crazy elemental things he can summon or whatever his power set is. So Thomas Wayne exclaims, "I'm gonna go to Gotham, and I'm gonna get help from Gotham." So he takes off with Grayson, and they get there and they sneak into the Batcave, which is exactly where the Batcave is in his Earth. Alfred shows up and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then Thomas Wayne and Bruce Wayne meet face to face. This isn't, of course, the main Bruce Wayne. This isn't like Earth 1 Bruce Wayne or anything like that. Anyways, as far as we're led to believe, as far as I know, it could be. But if it's meant to be, there's a really cool moment at the end of Flashpoint Batman where Thomas Wayne sends Flash, Barry Allen, back with a letter to Bruce, basically saying, "Hey, I'm proud of you, and I'm sorry, that your life had to go this way after I died." And they're not from the same universe, but it's his dad, and it's a really poignant scene. It's really awesome, and it's actually they tried to nail it in that Flashpoint movie they did. It didn't quite come across as good, but the moment's still very poignant and nice. And this just kind of goes and makes it silly, the fact that they come face to face with one another. Anyway, so Bruce gives Thomas his Batmobile plane. And Grayson and Thomas Wayne take off back into the middle of nowhere, into the desert, and they're followed by a bunch of Batman rogues. So Riddler's there, Joker ends up showing up. They all follow the Batmobile in a bunch of different cars and motorcycles out of Gotham into this desert. And then issue 3 happens. So in issue 3, even based on the cover, you can see the main conflict here is that all these Bat villains follow Thomas Wayne into the desert. He fights them. Joker shows up and wounds Grayson, at which point Telos shows up and kills Joker. I don't know, man. I don't know about this book. I've been reading a lot of the stuff in and around it, and I understand at the end of this there's going to be some kind of new status quo to replace the New 52. I don't know if we needed to touch that, and just the fact that Bruce Wayne didn't go with him, just like, "Hey, yeah, I'm your dad, I'm also Batman from another Earth." Anyways, so this major stuff's going down, and this guy's basically pitting all the Earth's heroes against one another to fight for their cities, and if you lose, you're destroyed. It really sucks. Anyways, we need to borrow the Batmobile, so we'll see you later. Was really goofy to me, to the point where the rogues followed them out of the desert. Batman, not aware of any of this. Bruce Wayne Batman, not aware of any of this, and doesn't show up for the rest of this. The fact that he wouldn't, it doesn't make sense. It seems like a huge plot hole to me. Something that would happen like Spider-Man 3, the movie. I don't know. Comment below with if you read Convergence, how you felt about that. Anyways, let's move on. Convergence Swamp Thing #1. I believe there's 2 issues of this, according to the title here. Basically, we have a really quick rundown of the Swamp Thing's origin story, in case you've forgotten how that worked. And it also, of course, adds in the caveat at the end of, hey, yeah, he's actually just a big plant that thought he was a man. He ended up finding his remains and burying them, and we move on. So at that point, it seems like the Convergence books, this is the only one I've read that isn't the main Convergence book. It's kind of resetting up an origin and then kind of setting the characters off into the event. So Swamp Thing's like, "Oh, I need to go to Gotham City to borrow a Batmobile." That's not the case. He just does go to Batman City. To Gotham City, however, because he's pulled there for some reason. So they get there, go to Gotham City Central Park. He's trying to connect to the green. Suddenly it's severed. Giant dome drops down. The next is like a fast forward of a month of Swamp Thing living in Central Park. Dying because he can't connect to the green, when suddenly the Convergence Telos thing comes on, and he's just like, "Hey, by the way, you're going to have to fight for your city," and then sicks a bunch of bat people on Swamp Thing, and that's how this issue ends. So, I don't know about this Convergence stuff, man. Whatever. Anyways, Guardians of the Galaxy is kind of cool. Peter Quill and Kitty Pryde are going to get married. Peter Quill is wanted on Spartax, I believe is the name of the planet, where he has been elected king, president of the world. And space, and they're trying to nail that home in this issue a lot. In space, you don't have to run a campaign or anything like that. If someone wants, if a people wants you to run their planet, and they elect you, that's it. You are now the president. Congratulations. So Peter Quill, of course, him and his Guardians want to keep, rolling around the galaxy, saving people as they come across it, living that Han Solo life. So the idea of settling down and kind of ruling the galaxy to an extent is not really up their alley. And of course, at the end of this issue, we find out that, well, maybe it's going to be short-lived anyways because all the worlds are collapsing and destroying themselves. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, that was super cool. Convergence, I don't know. I was kind of getting used to the New 52. What was good, what was so-so. If all the other Convergence books like this are that kind of weird little origin story and then tying into the event, I'll probably just skip most of them aside from continuing to read Swamp Thing. But this Convergence thing with Thomas Wayne and Bruce Wayne, not a fan whatsoever of what's going on in these books. So if you feel differently, let me know if there's some deep thing I'm missing there. But I thought that was really silly that Bruce is just standing there and is just like, yeah, return the Batmobile to me. You have fun. If all my rogues follow you out into the desert because they see the Batmobile, just deal with them for me. It was really silly to me, and that's Convergence so far. And there's 8 issues of this GD thing. That was only issue 3, so we'll see where that goes in the following weeks. Anyways, that is it for the pull list for the past 2 weeks. There's one free digital code for Guardians. I have a loot crate to open, which we'll probably be doing in the next couple days and uploading that video as well, and then probably getting back on track, hopefully with the pull list this week. The wedding that I've been preparing for, which the pull lists are late, is coming up in 3 short weeks. So after that, we'll be back on track with comic books and whatnot. So until then, we'll see you. Happy reading. Try to enjoy Convergence and look for that free digital code. See you later.